We've been recently hit with a barrage of questions on what to do after the initial approach. Rather than, answering these questions individually, we're just going to give you a quick overview, rules of thumb on what to do from point A to point Z. And just stick to this format. Later on, we'll go into more detail and be more specific once we get to those points in time with the podcast.
Oh, joy!
Welcome back, Goombas. 10 easy steps 10 you can use tonight for success. Well, me too, as soon as I get out of here.
1. What you want to do, you need to walk in there with your head high. Be confident. You don't walk in there like you work at the cheese factory, but just put on a smile. Like this. 2.
The second step after you walk in is to always look engaged. It's easy to do if you're friends, but if you're alone, you're going to want to approach the very first set that you see. No matter if it's men or female, a lot of guys tend to do this. They go around the bar, scan for attractive women. You don't want to do that. You just want to look like you're a social connoisseur.
3. Now step 3. You don't want to get drunk.
Mashed potatoes, fries, sweet potato fries, onion rings.
This is interesting. Because what happens when you get drunk? You miss things. You miss all the body language because you're not focused on what's going on. And a lot of people get drunk to get what we call liquid courage. You don't need to get drunk to be confident. This is step 4. What you want to do is be loud. You want to be really loud because you want to look. Not only does it indicate that you have confidence, it also shows that you're having fun.
Would you like to touch my monkey?
Hold on for that. This guy is the coolest guy ever. I met him and he bought me a drink and he's the coolest guy ever.
You have the drunk guys who have no game and they're loud. You're competing for attention between them and you, so if you're not loud, nobody's going to be able to hear you. You're not going to look like you're having fun. You're going to be a wallflower, and that's a no-go. Fifth thing you must remember is the 3-second rule. Refer to that from previous videos, I think I recall. This.
There are exceptions to the rule. For example, she's on the other side of the room. You're not going to make it in 3 seconds. You got to walk like this. How are you going to maintain your cool? You can't. And then you show up winded like I am right now.
Mr. Franco, walking very viciously down the hallway. You want to use the 3-second rule to avoid looking very creepy and hovering around and breathing down her neck and being on the prowl. 6.
What do you say? You use an opinion opener. I'm going to give you one right now. If you're going out tonight, this is a short video to help you out. Secret admirer opener. It goes something like this. I have a friend who who has been receiving letters from a secret admirer, and she thinks she knows who it's from. Do you think she should say something about it, or they're always going to have an answer on whether they think she should open her mouth and potentially embarrass herself, or keep it closed? So this puts us where we left off with our podcast. This is where a lot of the questions come in. What do you do next? What I want you to do is interrupt them. Doesn't matter what the hell they're saying, stop it and tell them that you notice something about it. What I usually do is I bring attention to a facet of their physical character. Did you know that your nose wiggles when you talk? The reason why you want to interrupt them is to assert your importance, but that's going to be more, we're going to cover that more in the other podcast. And the whole purpose of a transition is to stack forward to get you from getting an answer to put you in conversation mode. And you want to be in that mode.
Now that you're in conversation, you should never ever, right off the bat, let her know what your intentions are. Because what happens? It's almost like an automatic wall. And you'll be shut down like a plane out of the sky. You also never need to let it get quiet. You need to keep the conversation going. You're doing 95% of the talking. You're just going boom, 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 on to the next one. You let it get quiet, you lose your chances. It should never get quiet and you leave. You should never leave because it got quiet.
A nice point he's gonna do is what to talk about when you're in conversation.
You have to build attraction. That is the next part of your conversation. You need to tell stories. And comedy always works. So you use comedy when you tell your stories, and make sure you add emotions. Now, you don't want to be a jackass in the box. So what you're going to have to do is tell stories, use comedy, but limit the jokes to a point where you're actually taken seriously. When you are building attraction and you get signs of attraction, either she's flicking her hair or touching you, small touching, okay? That's when you qualify her. You let her know that you're the shit, and you're trying to let her into the circle. So you can go something along the lines like, hey, when I first met you, I wasn't too sure. I didn't get a good feel on you, but now that I got to know you, you're a pretty cool person.
So after you've gone through qualification, the very last thing you have to do is build comfort with her. Make her have a sense that you guys have gotten to know each other and she can trust you. Now, how do you do that? Refer to our last video.
So rather than asking her, oh, where do you live? Where are you from? You say something like, something, you look like a girl from Miami. Convert your question into a statement.
Make sure you get her number. Don't give her your number. And wait 5 minutes after you get her number to avoid buyer's remorse.
Well, the reason why you're going to want to wait 5 minutes and stick around before you leave is because if you just get it and leave, it gives them the sense, oh, he was just here for that. And then when you call, she may pick up, she may not. If you stay 5 minutes, then it gives her the sense, oh, well, this guy really likes me. He's not just here to get the number and bounce. So it increases your chances of making that connection.